We got to talk about it. Deebo Samuel is not the same player he was last year. He's not a good wide receiver anymore. He doesn't get open. He catches a very low percentage of his targets. Today he caught 2 passes on 6 targets. He had like 24 receiving yards. It's terrible. Terrible. He looks slower than he used to be. His hands are worse. His entire game as a wide receiver looks sloppy. As a running back today, he was actually effective, and I think he should have scored a rushing touchdown if Trent Williams could have blocked someone. You know what I'm talking about. It was in the first quarter, first half. Deebo Samuel got the ball, like at the 9, had a nice strong run. Trent Williams just whiffed entirely, and Deebo didn't get in. So he's still the Hulk. I was sitting next to Tom Rathman in the press box. Love Tom Rathman. Former Niners running backs coach. And when Deebo runs the ball, Tom had just complete admiration. And Tom Rathman was one of the strongest, toughest runners, in franchise freaking history. And he's watching Deebo being like, God, I mean, you can't bring this guy down. Yes, he still has that, but that's it. And he's not a running back. He's going to get 2 or 3 or 4 carries a game, and they're going to give the rest, the other 20, 30 to freaking McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. So what is Deebo's role on this team? You took the running back role away from him, which is a big reason you paid him in the first place, and now you're saying be an all-pro wide receiver, and he had 2 catches on 6 targets for 24 yards while Jimmy was playing well, and Ayuk had a bunch of catches, and freaking Jennings had a bunch of catches. What is Deebo's problem? All of a sudden, he's making $20-something million a year, and Jennings is outplaying him? I don't know, man. Deebo's had a really weird year. He was great last year, and then all we've seen from him is Deebo at the club, Deebo at the Warriors game, Deebo dressed up. Who does he want to be? Does he want to be the player he was last year, or does he want to be like a star? Does he want to be Lil Baby? I don't know. Because right now, it seems like we see him a lot on the weekends. We see him courtside. We see him, but we don't see him on the field. We don't see him making plays. How many plays has he made this year? He had the nice run against Seattle week 2. He had the nice catch against the Rams was at week 5. That's about it. And last year, it was 2 or 3 plays a game. I don't know. And it's funny, I think the Niners had a lot of these concerns with Deebo this offseason. They weren't particularly eager to just write him a check. And I think some of the questions they had was, how motivated is Deebo? Deebo can be great. He showed it last year. Does he want to be great? Does he need to be great? Or does he just want the bag? Does he just want the check? Was he content to show what he's capable of once, and then he'll sit on that the rest of his career and say, look what I could have been, but I had these excuses or these mitigating circumstances? That was a question they had. They also had questions about his fitness and his durability. Well, all those questions are still questions right now. And I think this whole issue, Deebo, is one reason to be very concerned about the 49ers. Yeah, they beat the Chargers, but how were they going to lose to the Chargers? They would have had to turn the ball over 3 times to lose to the Chargers. What about when you're in the playoffs? Is Deebo going to be 6-7 targets for 2 catches and 30 yards? If so, the Niners are going to have a tough time winning unless their defense is just phenomenal. Deebo kind of needs to show up at some point this season. They're paying him enough. I mean, George Kittle isn't quite the player he used to be, but he's freaking 29. And he catches the ball when it comes his way, unlike Deebo. Deebo's in his prime, and he can't get open? What is his excuse? Other than he's had an awful year. It's on Deebo, man. And it's on Kyle to stop forcing him the ball. Recognize that you have 3 or 4 or 5 players outplaying Deebo Samuel right now. Make Deebo Samuel earn his touches. If he wants to get 6 targets, make him lose 6 pounds. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be body shaming him. He's a professional athlete who got his 2nd contract. He got the most guaranteed money of any 49ers player ever, man. Can you be in the shape that they want you to be in? I know Wes Welker made you be 215, but he's gone now. And I don't know if Leonard Hankerson can enforce that. Until someone does, the Niners are going to be searching for something on offense. So, it's on Deebo. And it's on Kyle to stop forcing him the ball until he freaking earns it. Derek says, everything you're saying brings me back to the thought of this offense is still in freaking training camp. It's like he has no idea what to do. McDaniels. Yeah. Sorry. This offense stinks, and it's the head coach's fault. Brandon says Deebo was out for the bag for his family. That's it. I don't know. Glory says, where's the Deebo jet sweeps? In Miami. They're running in with other players. Mike McDaniel. You notice the Chiefs traded for Kadarius Toney, gave him number 19, and run him on jet sweeps. They're trolling Kyle Shanahan. Andy Reid came here and beat Kyle Shanahan with jet sweeps. He was like, remember this stuff that you don't run anymore? I do. Really makes you think. Got you. Got you. Got you. 808 Niners says Jimmy Ward is getting cooked out there. Womack must be in the doghouse. Yeah. Ward is just not a nickelback. It's unfair that they play him there. Tashawn Gibson is not a particularly great free safety. It doesn't make any sense that Jimmy Ward's playing nickel. Brandon Pinn says we should get some picks back for Deebo. We got the money and now is out of shape slow. Well, the Niners really weren't getting a lot of big offers for Deebo Samuel this offseason before he got the bag and before he showed that he was overweight and slow. Now, to trade him, the Niners wouldn't get much salary cap relief off the bat, and I bet you those offers would be even lower. What were the Niners getting offered? Like roughly like a mid-first? A mid-first for Deebo? Now what would it be? A late first? A late first? A second? I don't know. Anyway, it's not happening.